What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video of Fortnite, the basics. Today we're going to be covering basic gunplay. We're going to be talking about the types of guns in the game and how to use them and what everything does. Hopefully you guys will find something find something that you didn't know in this video. If you did, leave a like. And I guess just enjoy. First we have the pump shotguns. The pump shotguns are high damage, slow fire rate shotguns. As you can see, that is a very slow fire rate. There are 5 rarities: gray, green, blue, purple, and gold. Now that's not the official names, but yeah. The gray shotgun does 70 damage to the body and 140 to the head. That's a 2 times multiplier. The same is for the green shotgun: 80 to the body, 160 to the head. We move on to the blue rarity. We have 90 to the body, and then 180 to the head. Moving on to the purple pump, we have 100 to the body, and 200 to the head. The gold, 110 to the body, and then 220 to the head. As you can tell, the purple and gold shotguns actually have the ability to one-shot even if someone has full HP. Now we're going to talk about the... I'll just say something. We have pellets. Now we're going to talk about pellets. As you can see, when I shoot my pump shotgun, you can see certain pellets showing up on screen. That shows the amount of pellets you hit in a shotgun shot. The more pellets you hit, the more damage you do. As you can see, I can hit 70 to the head, 30, and that's why it's important to call out the damage instead of saying I just hit someone, because you may have, hit them for 30 or 180. There's a big difference there. Now we're going to move on to showing how to actually use the pump shotguns in a game, because they are a bit tricky. We're just going to grab some SMGs for that. Basically, for the pump shotgun, as we have seen, they have a very slow fire rate, so you can't just only use the pump shotgun. You have to swap. You shoot with your pump. And then swap to your SMG. Or an assault rifle, that's your choice. That's mainly how you're going to use your pump shotgun. Shoot, and then switch to your SMG, and then spray. The other thing you can do is, after you shoot, and then edit. That's the second way you can play. Edit, shoot, reset your edit, or, shoot and then build in front of you so they can shoot back. That's basically what you're trying to do here. You're trying to avoid getting shot. You can either do this, where you pump and then switch to your SMG, or you can use your pump and then edit, close your edit, or just build in front of you. That's mainly the way you're going to be using the pump shotguns. That's how most people use the pump shotguns. Now we're going to be moving on to the next type of shotgun in a bit, which is the combat shotgun. It works a bit differently as compared to the pump shotgun. It has a very fast fire rate as compared to the pump shotgun, but as we saw, the pump does higher damage. But this gun does low damage, but at a higher fire rate. And let me just grab the pump for comparison. This comes in 3 rarities: blue, purple, and gold. It does low damage at a higher fire rate, so you don't really have to switch to your SMGs. It has 8 bullets in its clip, and as you can see, it does 63 damage. This is the gold one. It does 63 max damage to the body. But when on to the blue one, it does 57 to the body, which is very low as compared to the pump shotgun. Now, compared to the gray pump, it's not that bad. It does 85 to the head. Compared to the gray pump, it's not that bad. So you can use this over the gray pump, but if someone has a gold pump, you're probably better off just using it, you know? I'll recommend using the pump shotgun because it is quite better, and just because you can one-shot, it has the ability to one-shot, can be quite overpowered. The gold one does 94 to the head, and as we saw, 60 to the body. Now, something that's quite interesting about the combat shotgun is that, apart from the fire rate, it also has another thing that is very cool. It kind of tips the favors in its side, but you know, I'll leave you guys to be the judge of whether it's as useful or not. If we move on over here, you'll see at this range, actually the pump still does decent damage here. At this range, yeah, the pump shotgun goes to about 20 damage shots. You switch on to the combat, and it still does high damage, high 30s, 40 damage shots. That is now more than the pump shotgun at a longer range. We move further back, and at this range, the pump shotgun stops registering shots. Like, you can shoot, but you won't get any damage. We switch to the combat, and it still does low 30s, high 20s damage. This range is where the combat shines in comparison to the pump shotgun. But again, you have the argument where why not just use an AR at this range, because this is that medium range, so why not just use an AR? And you'd be right. That is why the combat shotgun is not really the best gun to use in a late game scenario, unless you absolutely have to. Otherwise, you're probably better with any pump, other than the gray one. Let's say that. Using the combat shotgun is also a bit different. You don't have to, you know, switch to your SMG or anything like that. Like with the pump shotgun, you can just spray with the combat instead of switching. You know, you can just keep shooting instead of switching or having to build. Although I still recommend building because, you know, if someone else has a pump, they can come close and then hit you in the face for a lot. Now we move on to submachine guns. These are not particularly going to be used on their own. They're usually going to be used with the pump shotguns. There's two types of SMGs in the game, the silent submachine gun and the tactical submachine gun. The tactical submachine gun has 25 bullets in one clip, and the silent submachine guns all have 30. Now, the tactical submachine gun has a faster fire rate and a shorter spread. As you can see, you can fire it and the spread remains quite small as compared to the silent submachine gun. But the ammo, apart from the ammo, another thing that tips the tides in the favor of the silent submachine gun is the damage. As you can see, the gray silent submachine gun does 20 damage to the body. That means that it'll take 5 shots to kill someone if they have 100 HP. While the gold tac submachine gun does 21. That means the green and blue tac submachine guns do less than 20, which adds an entire bullet required to kill someone. Now, that is why I personally prefer the silent submachine gun, just because of the body shot damage. I don't have to aim for the head. But again, that mainly comes down to personal preference. You can use the tactical submachine gun. It is a good submachine gun, but you know, I prefer using the silent submachine guns because of the body shot damage and the clip size, which is important in a submachine gun because you want to spray. Headshot damage, we have 35 on the gray, 36 on the green, and then 38 on the blue silent submachine gun. And again, if you switch on to this, it has a 36. Again, that is lower damage than the blue silent submachine gun, which we just mentioned. Again, you're going to be using these submachine guns usually with the pump shotguns, so they're gonna hold up pretty well. Like, yeah. Now we move on to assault rifles. Assault rifles are pretty much the same as they are in every game. They're your mid to long range weapons. They do decent damage. The gray assault rifle does 30 damage to the body, as so. And then we move on to the... Actually, we're gonna move back here. As we know, the assault rifles have this advantage where they can deal this damage off at range as compared to submachine guns or other weapons. The green assault rifle does 31 damage to the body. Moving on to the blue does 33 damage. The purple AR, 35 damage. Gold, 36. Now all these weapons have a 1.5 multiplier to the head. So 45 on the gray, 46 on the green, 49 on the blue, 52 on the purple, and 54 on the gold assault rifles. Assault rifles are pretty much your bread and butter. You're usually going to need an assault rifle. And that's pretty much what your normal loadout is going to look like. An assault rifle, a shotgun, and a submachine gun are your basic necessities. You're always, more often than not, you're going to need those three basic things. Other than that, we have snipers and pistols and all that, and that I'm going to go briefly over them as they won't be used as much. So yeah, that's basically it. Snipers in this game are a bit different to snipers in, let's say, Call of Duty. I don't know how I missed that shot. Okay, that's embarrassing. But as you saw, they have a projectile-based shot. You can actually see the bullet traveling, and you have to predict the position of the enemy to hit your shots. I would aim a bit above someone's head to hit them in the head. If they were running, I would aim in front of them, quite a lot in front of them, so I could predict their movement and hit them. I would also like to say that all sniper rifles, no matter what rarity, one shot to the head. That means they do over 200 damage to the head and over 100 damage to the body. So if you have a blue sniper rifle or a gold sniper rifle, you will still one-shot people to the head, and it is not that much of a difference. And there is also no difference in the bullet drop. Now we move on to pistols, which are not as useful. Not useful at all, actually, but, you know, they are a part of the game. We have to learn them. There's two types of pistols, if I'm not mistaken. The revolver and the normal pistol. The revolver uses AR bullets and is can be an AR substitute if you want. But again, that's an advanced technique. It does 66 damage to the body, 132 to the head. Now that is quite a lot of damage, so it can be used to great heights by good players, but it is certainly an advanced weapon to use properly, and I would not recommend to any beginners who would probably be at this guide to use the revolver unless you want to. The pistol, they're good for starting. Like, they can two-shot people at 100 HP, like 52 damage to the head, 26 to the body. That is a lot of damage. But at the end of the day, they're gonna be outdone by every single other weapon in the game. Some people also use the revolver like so with the pump shotgun, where they switch to the pump and then revolver and back to the pump and then back to the revolver. This again is a bit of an advanced technique that not a lot of people use nowadays because of the SMGs and they're easier to use. And that's how it usually would be used. You shoot with a pump, shoot with the revolver, switch back, and then shoot with a pump. As so. Again, I do not recommend doing this as it is quite difficult to master, and with the bloom of the revolver, it can be difficult to hit the second shot with the revolver. More often than not, you will miss that shot. Even if you are one of the best players in the world, you're gonna miss those shots. I would like to briefly cover damage drop-off, because as we move farther and farther away from the target, we will notice damage drop-off on every single gun. As you can see, the revolver that was doing 132 damage to the head is now doing 105. The AR that did 30 is now doing 28. If you move back further, this damage should drop even more. 25. Move that even further, it should drop even more. 23. The gray AR drops at a lowest of 20. As you can see, this is the lowest the damage the gray AR will get, and this pretty much is true for every single weapon. Damage drop-off is present in every weapon in the game, except sniper rifles. They will do the same amount of damage at every single range. Sorry. We move on to the purple assault rifle, which used to do 35, now it does 32. The gold used to do 36, now it does 33. That is pretty much it about, pretty much the basics about weapons in Fortnite. Hopefully some of you found this video helpful somewhat. I hope I can help some people like the game. If you learn something new, be sure to tell me in the comments and leave a like. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, so subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye-bye. Nice cool way to check the sick edit though. You guys seen this? Hell yeah. I'm nuts, dude. I'm cracked, bruv. Okay, I'll stop now. You guys can go. Bye-bye.